Hello, this is Addis Fortune with the biggest business news of the week. Headlines include Ethiopia's quest to ship through Kenya's Lamu port, a considerable salt shortage gripping the manufacturing sector, coffee authorities scramble to comply with EU's looming deforestation regulation, local cement manufacturers plan to phase out reliance on imported coal, and Cooperative Bank of Oromia's twirl to profit course. Ethiopia is setting a new course in its trade corridor by initiating fertilizer shipments through Kenya's port Lamu, marking a significant shift from its heavy reliance on Djiboutian ports. Set to commence with fertilizer imports within the next 2 months, the move represents a broader strategy to secure alternative maritime gateways, according to Lamu, Minister of Transport and Logistics. He told Parliament last week that Ethiopia is eyeing the Kenyan port for trade activities, including exporting livestock through the southern border. As Ethiopia prepares to send its first shipments through Port Lamu, its leaders seek to enhance agricultural productivity and improve food security, underpinning their commitment to supporting farming communities. With potential fertilizer procurement from Nigeria, the authorities appear keen on establishing diversified supply chains that promise lower costs and increased stability. The initiative, part of the ambitious LAPSET project, is poised to significantly impact regional trade and connectivity. According to the minister, there is a growing sentiment that the country's reliance on Djibouti ports, marked by frequent regulatory changes and security concerns, compelling the federal government to seek cost-effective alternatives for imports and exports. The manufacturing sector faces a dire salt shortage, despite the country sitting on a goldmine of salt reserves in the Afar regional state, capable of producing 36 million quintals. Minister of Industry Malaku Alabel described the paradox before Parliament, revealing that the manufacturing sector received only 63% of its salt needs. A recent directive from the Ethiopian Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration has spiked salt prices and disrupted the supply, causing a ripple effect across the manufacturing sector. A regulatory mandate for naphthalene infusion in industrial salt has disrupted traditional supply chains, sidelining key players and leading to the shutdown of processing plants. The worsening shortage is felt by industries like leather tanning, now operating way below capacity. The closure of key processing plants and the enigmatic requirement for naphthalene infusion have left a once thriving industry in limbo. Miners in Afar find themselves unable to sell their salt, impacting their livelihoods and the broader economy. The confusion over naphthalene, an organic compound now mandated for salt processing, brings to light a broader issue of policy changes outpacing industry adaptation. Experts criticize the narrow focus on naphthalene, suggesting that the sector would benefit from reallocating resources towards more vital chemicals. Stay tuned. We will be back after the ad. We are back with more highlights. Director General of the Ethiopian Coffee and Tea Authority spearheads a 2.2 billion birr action plan to safeguard a third of Ethiopia's coffee exports from potential disruption with the European Union's forthcoming regulation on deforestation. The looming regulation puts Ethiopia's coffee sector under pressure, threatening significant economic repercussions. The regulation's strict requirements, including labor and human rights adherence, pose a formidable uncertainty, with penalties ranging up to 4% of a company's annual turnover. Coffee is at the heart of the economy, generating $500 million last year. The country is racing against time to comply with EU mandates in protecting forests. The National Action Plan, led by Adugna aspires to ensure sustainable agriculture by mapping the vast smallholding plots. Ethiopia is set to invest in digital assets to geolocate over 5.2 million coffee farmers, including deploying GPS devices, smartphones, and training programs. Authorities are trying to mobilize the supply chain from farmers to federal agencies to ensure the survival and sustainability of the coffee sector, aiming to compile a national database and invest in digital assets. Local cement manufacturers plan to phase out their reliance on imported coal, contingent upon the improved quality of locally produced supply. The move comes as a month-long collaborative study with the Ministry of Mines nears completion. A team of experts, including representatives from industry giants Durba, Dangote, Mugar, and the ministry, conducted an assessment of local coal-producing regions. Their focus was on calorie generation, moisture, and sulfur composition to identify supply chain gaps and meet the increasing demand of manufacturers. The Ministry of Mines has taken decisive steps, with State Minister Million Matthews disclosing that no more small-scale coal mining licenses will be issued without a corresponding washing facility. The most impacted ones are cement factories, which source 90% of their energy from coal. A ton of cement needs between 200 to 450 kilograms, while steel, chemical, and textile industries also use it for their energy needs. According to Adugna Bekele, president of the Ethiopian Cement Association, an immediate shift from imported coal is impractical. Instead, he advocates for a gradual reduction while concurrently improving the quality of locally produced alternatives. In a rapidly evolving financial sector, Cooperative Bank of Oromia's journey is one to watch, with a commendable 26.8% surge in net profits to 2.6 billion birr, despite a difficult fiscal year marked by global uncertainties and domestic strife. Cooperative Bank of Oromia's ability to thrive amid increased domestic conflicts and inflation illustrated a strategic repositioning that is grabbing attention. However, a dip in earnings per share to 30 birr reveals an aggressive capital expansion and the nuanced fiscal strategies it employs. While Cooperative Bank of Oromia celebrates a notable profit leap, surpassing peers with a 300 million birr lead, its earning per share tells a story of dilution, displeasing founding shareholders such as the Oromia Coffee Farmers Cooperative Union. The bank's aggressive loan disbursement spree, amounting to 29 billion birr in 6 months, shows an ambitious growth strategy. Yet this has led to a liquidity crunch, raising eyebrows among analysts and shareholders alike. Cooperative Bank of Oromia's focus on community engagement and customer retention through its cooperative model offers a competitive edge. The bank's significant asset and loan growth, powered by its cooperative ethos, poses a unique position. With a loan-to-deposit ratio of 85.7% and capital adequacy slightly reduced, Cooperative Bank of Oromia's financial maneuvers reflect a bold, albeit risky, approach to banking in uncertain times. That's all for today. We'll be back with more updates next week. May good luck and fortune always be with you.